A decade of Taiwanese teams missing quarterfinals has finally ended. The best from NA and EU take to the Rift to earn bragging rights for their region, and Faker has never missed a bracket stage. Can he do it again for the back-to-back world champs to continue their quest for a third straight Worlds win? The Swiss stage has concluded. Those victorious are one step closer to lifting the Summoners Cup trophy, while those defeated have been sent home. Here's a rapid recaps for rounds 4 and 5. Round 4 highs began with rising fan favorite CFO taking to the Rift against LCK's number 2 seed HLE. After a close performance against LPL's Anyone's Legend, many expected a tight series from CFO, but HLE had different plans. After a solid Game 1 from HLE, CFO started Game 2 strong but couldn't close it out, resulting in a 2-0 HLE win and securing their spot in the knockout stage. Following their match set the stage for the classic NA vs EU battle, FlyQuest vs G2. The series would begin with a calculated FlyQuest win in Game 1, but what followed showed that G2 was undoubtedly the better team. Game 2 was nothing short of a slaughter after a seemingly uneventful early game turned in favor of G2 after Skewmon was able to find first blood in the 13th minute. From here, it was all G2 as they snowballed the game into a 31-minute victory and tied up the series. Game 3 looked as if it would swing back in favor of FlyQuest after Whippo was able to find an early kill on Renekton, but despite this early success, G2 would answer back with kills of their own, causing both teams to look for a solid foothold in the game. G2 would finally find that foothold after a quad kill at the Otacon catapulted them into the lead. From here, despite FlyQuest's best attempts at salvaging the game, G2 would take advantage of an impatient FlyQuest face check, allowing them to kill 4 members of FlyQuest to win the series and advance to the knockout stage for the first time since 2021, and once again giving the LEC bragging rights over the LTA.
The Nexus, the next to go down, and the Baron curse for North America is their bane, and G2 say thank you very much.
The final round 4 high match would pit Gen.G against TES, and many would tune in to see if the LPL number 3 seed could overcome the tournament favorites. Gen.G would expertly dispatch top esports off of a strong performance from AD carry Ruler, who would go 16-2-18 in 2 sub-30-minute games, helping the Gen.G to be the 5th team to qualify for the knockout stage. Round 4 lows kicked off with an exciting match, seeing Team Secret Wales taking a 1-0 lead over MKOI. With elimination looming, Aloya would step up in Game 2, delivering excellent team fighting and objective control on Kiana, leading MKOI to a win, tying the series 1-1. In Game 3, Aloya would continue with a relentless performance on Nefiri, going 10-0-8, leading the way to a Game 3 win for MKOI, improving their series record to 2-2, allowing them to move on to Round 5 and sending Team Secret Wales home. The final day of Round 4 began with BLG vs VKS, a series many would consider a cakewalk for BLG, turned into a series that had everyone at the edge of their seat despite the 2-0 scoreline. Game 1 would open up with a failed tower dive from Shadow and Elf, giving an early lead to VKS. Unfortunately for VKS, they would fall victim to a failed tower dive a few moments later, granting a double kill to On, and from here, BLG would find their tempo. With no answer for Knight Ziggs, VKS would watch as BLG took over the Rift, winning Game 1. In Game 2, Knight would be unrelenting on LeBlanc, picking up first blood as well as a quadra kill in the 14th minute. It looked like BLG were well on their way to another controlled win, but fans would get a bloodbath instead. VKS, determined to keep their world's lives aligned, would go kill for kill with BLG during teamfights and would look to put them in an advantageous position for VKS after killing Knight and On. They would begin to push mid lanes with an attempt to win the game, but this choice would be their downfall. With an open inhibitor in VKS bot lane, Ben would teleport into their base and with the help of minions would take out the Nexus, ending VKS's run at World.
He has no health! Miru going golden, trying to survive as Shadow and Elf distract, and Ben will end the game at the Nexus! VKS fought well, but not well enough! BLG move on!
The last series of Round 4 would pit 100 Thieves versus T1. 100 Thieves would take an aggressive approach to the start of the game, and after successful ganks as well as some solo efforts, they would lead the early game, but their lead would soon start to slip after T1 would find kills at Drake and Otacon, giving them a gold lead even if they lost both objectives in the process. Undeterred, 100 Thieves would find their way back in the game until the 33rd minute, when a team fight would break out and Faker, the unkillable Demon King, would emerge, leading T1 once again to swing the game in their favor and win Game 1. Game 2 would begin with an Akali masterclass from Quid, showing 100 Thieves were undeterred after their loss in Game 1. In what looked like to be a game that could go in favor of 100 Thieves, would end in heartbreak for many LTA fans after T1 were able to kill 4 members of 100 Thieves in a bot lane fight, allowing them to win the game in the series, sending 100 Thieves home.
Pop Blossom! FBI's already down and Ayla's gonna follow. River dies to the back line of T1. It's 4 dead already, and with only Quid alive, T1 is ready to end this game.
Round 5 would follow immediately the next day, and with the final chance at making the knockout stage, the round 5 draws concluded, matching CFO versus FlyQuest, TES versus BLG, and MKOI versus T1. The first match of round 5 would mark history, as CFO secured their first ever quarterfinal wins at Worlds after defeating FlyQuest. The series would begin with what looked like a well-composed FlyQuest holding the lead until the 27th minute, when Quad made a game-changing mistake leading to 4 kills for CFO, who would then take control of the game and run with it, giving them a 1-0 lead.
Full paying for his mid laner's sins, as Doggo is of course flashing forward. It's Whippo to go down one more time as he tries to all out his way to safety, but that is not going to stop CFO from taking this Baron.
Game 2, with confidence at an all-time high, Doggo would once again find himself on Draven and completely shut down FlyQuest with an 8-1-5 performance, leading to a 2-0 victory. This win marked the first time a team from Taiwan has reached the knockout stage since AHQ and Flash Wolves did in 2015. Game 2 hosted BLG against TES to see who the final LPL team would be to join anyone's legend in the knockout round. Game 1 looked like BLG would break their poor Worlds performance and give us a glimpse of the team that we saw in the LPL Grand Finals as they won Game 1. Then the series took a turn for the worse for the LPL's number 1 seed, as Game 2 would be a complete 180 from TES, who were able to tie the series off a strong performance from Kanabi. Game 3 would see Beichuan subbed in for Shadow, and with their World's lives on the line, they would find success in the early game team fights, but it would not be enough. With the scaling comp from TES, they would find their game-winning fight in the 35th minute, acing BLG and winning the game, securing their spot in the quarterfinals. The final series of the Swiss stage, T1 versus MKOI, drew 2.5 million viewers to watch one of Faker's most dominating performances of the year. MKOI would lead the first 20 minutes of the game 1 before a successful outplay by Owner would lead a swing in T1's favor. From here, Faker was able to scale on the Azir going 6-0-8, which led to a Game 1 win. Now, Game 2. Once again, MKOI would be faced against the unkillable Demon King, this time playing the Rise. MKOI would do a good job keeping the game close in kills, but would fall victim to a backdoor from Faker when contesting the Elder Drake.
Dorn to try to end it all. Mira1 doing his best to hold the line. TP coming in for Jojo Pyun. They're not going to be able to cancel it. Mira1, Jojo Pyun. They need to make this work. They don't have the angle. Guma with a perfect spell. Shield is still going to remain standing. T1 move on to the top 8 at Worlds 2025. MKOI are sent packing.
With their win, T1 continues their quest to lift the Summoner's Cup trophy for a 3rd time in a row in 3 years. As the chaos of the Swiss stage concludes, let us know in the comments below what your favorite series of the stage was, and for a full rundown of the quarterfinal matches, be sure to check out the video in the description below. We'll see you in the next video.